In accordance with the provisions allowed by S 2475, Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, signed by the governor on June 17th, 2021, the July 12th, 2021 public meeting of the Park Commission will be held remotely. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com/lakecam. You do not need a Facebook account to view this meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available to be viewed at a later date at Lakecam TV. Okay, folks. So before we get started, I just want to welcome Jesse back, Clear Pond Director. They will be come back to you a little bit, Jesse, but I just want to say welcome back and congratulations for accepting the position.
Thank you.
Okay, first item of business is the tournament review at Ted Williams Camp in John Pond with any possible votes. So does anybody representing Ted Williams have any tournaments coming up or anything they want to bring to the board? Scott?
Through you, Mr. Chairman. I have not heard of any for baseball at this time.
And I have not heard of any either.
Okay.
There were two additional ones on for volleyball that were submitted to Nellie. One was the August 14th one that Jamie was asking for. We sent her back an email that said we had already discussed that date, so that wasn't available. And there were two other tournaments that she was requesting.
Do we have the information on those yet?
Have the dates. They're requesting July 24th and they're requesting August 28th.
Do we have anything available those days? Anything else going on those dates?
We have an event on the 24th, I believe. Hold on one second. I'm bringing that up right now. There's a wedding over at the lodge on the 24th, but I see the start time is at 3 p.m. and the tournament's only till 6, so it might not conflict whatsoever.
Okay, do we have the paperwork on that yet on the fees?
Yes, the paperwork is submitted. The fee would be the usual fee that they that the local teams charge or are charged.
All right, so we want to make a motion to review those and approve them.
Sure, I'll make a motion to approve the two volleyball dates that Miss Jamie put forward for volleyball tournaments.
Just which are the dates? Just so on record saying what the dates were.
July 24th, August 28th.
Those both Saturdays?
Yes.
Any second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, we'll vote on accepting those two tournament dates for volleyball. Scott, how do you vote?
Yes.
Darlene?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Paula?
Yes.
All right, it passes. All right. Any other tournaments of Ted Williams?
I think we didn't vote on the newest one for horseshoes because the date kept going a little bit back and forth. They had wanted the 14th, but then moved it to like the 7th or something. But then that didn't work out. So they would like the 15th, which was offered. It's the day after the poker run. And it's a Sunday.
July 15th?
August 15th. Yes, August 15th. I apologize.
Have we settled on a fee and all that for those? Like that tournament?
Yep, they submitted an application. It's the usual fee again.
All right, anybody want to make a motion on that?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the horseshoes tournament scheduled for Sunday, August 15th.
Second? Anybody?
Second.
Second.
All right, any discussion? All right, let's see how we vote. Paula, how do you vote on this one?
Aye.
Tony?
Aye.
Scott?
Yes.
Darlene?
Yes.
So moved. Okay. All right. Is that all for Ted Williams? All right. I've got a couple of them for John Pond coming up. One of them is going to be on August 14th with the rain date of the 15th. It's the annual Peter Looney tournament. Peter Looney Blooper Ball tournament. In the past, because it's a fundraiser, we've charged them, I think back to 2018 and 19, it was $100. So I like to do the same thing this year. So like I said, it'd be a one-day tournament. If you don't know who Peter Looney was, he was a pretty well-known guy in the area, in the softball world. So I'd like to make a motion. We allow the Peter Looney tournament to be held at John Pond, August 14th, with a rain date of 15th, for a charge of $100.
Second,
Any discussion? Okay, Scott, how do you vote? So I drink
Yes.
water there. Darlene,
Yes.
Paula,
Aye, yes.
Tony.
Aye.
Great, so moved. I've got one other tournament. One we already voted on with the softball team. So we did that about a month or so ago. But the Leah Holmes or Leah Peterson, I believe, from Free Lake Softball wants to have a tournament on the 31st and the 1st. A 2-day tournament down in John Pond. It's the 8 and under and 10 and under kids playing softball. We'll charge them whatever the fee is. We charge everybody there. I think it's X amount per player, and just with some other stuff there we add on for the lights and the rubbish, whatever. So if no one has a problem with that, I'd like to make a motion. We accept that the request for a tournament on the 31st and the 1st.
second,
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, see how we vote. Scott,
yes,
Paula,
Yes,
Darlene,
Yes.
Tony.
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right. And like I said, I have another tournament we already voted on. It's the weekend before that, the 25th through the 23rd through the 25th of July. But we already voted on that one there, but that's what's coming up. So we got a good amount of
Who's that one,
activity
Joe?
happening at John Pond. Was that
who's running that one?
South Coast Rebels? So like I said, we got back-to-back tournaments over there, and then a week or so off, and then we got the Peter Looney one.
Joe?
Yep.
Is there any way that we can curtail the parking to one side of the street? Because that's been a problem in the past.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet with the New Bedford tournament folks Thursday night down there. And I usually go there that Friday before with them. I'll line it out and I'll tell them where they gotta park, and the extra parking might be down at Stars. Or maybe on Pheasant Run, not Pheasant Run, excuse me, Wagon Trail down the settlement. So yeah, we'll keep it on one side of the street.
Sounds good.
And I'll put cones out like we usually do too, on that one side. I think you've got cones. I think we've got cones somewhere. I'll probably grab those, put those out. All right. All right, that's all I have on tournaments. Everybody has anything else with tournaments? All set? Excuse me. Item number 3, Clear Pond Park updates. Notes from the director. Jesse, what do you have for us?
Well, we had what I would say was a very successful opening weekend. It started off a little slow with the cool, cloudy weather on Saturday, but picked up right away when we opened the gates on Sunday. And we had about just under 100 attendees for the weekend. We got cash, $840 plus the advance ticket purchase of $2,898 online. So we've made, just over, what's that equal? $3,700 and some change so far. We're 2 days in, 35 days of sun and fun left to go. So we'll be back open on Wednesday at 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It goes Wednesday through Sunday now. We're closed Mondays and Tuesdays, just so everyone knows if they're watching. The staff has been great in cleaning up the place, keeping busy. They're doing a great job. They're just a wonderful group of teenagers and young adults working there at Clear Pond. So couldn't be happier with them.
Good. Anything else?
We got a little bit of feedback from the guests on some ideas for the snack shack. We didn't have much of a selection there, obviously, because he couldn't get any ice cream in yet until we can't put an order in until Wednesday. So Thursday will be the delivery day. And well, it actually looks like Thursday we may be closed because of the road construction, the paving. If that actually happens on Thursday, there'd be no way to get into Clear Pond unless they walk, and that would just be too far. So it wouldn't be worth being open on a weekday for that. And we have a plan B for the ice cream if that would be getting delivered on Thursday. So they won't have to go to the park to deliver it. And we want to get some candy ordered for it. We've only had chips and water and juices. So the guests had some feedback. They'd like some candy there. So it's something we're going to get. We did not have a single person come to the gate saying, there was a non-resident trying to get in, not a single one. So, everybody's aware, and nobody, came in there with any grief. So everything went smoothly at the gate.
Good to hear. All right, next one, online payments review. Nelly?
I think Jesse really wrapped it up. The amount is there. We've had about 37 season passes purchased online. We've only had a couple daily passes purchased online, but that's okay. Kind of figured we'd have more season than daily with that one, but it all seems to be working okay.
Okay, good. So the next time is opening weekend overview book view, but I think Jesse gave that already, so I think we're all set. As well as now the road work update. Jesse, you said you think it's scheduled for Thursday this week? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Question, Mr. Chairman.
Yep, Paula?
Since the road is going to be closed and our young people will be out of work, will they get paid through no fault of their own? They have to stay home and the road is closed. They plan on working that day and can't. How do we address that?
They don't get paid that day. That's just like a rain day.
Just
Don't
like a
get paid.
rain day.
It's
Really?
unfortunate, but they don't get paid that day. Yeah. So maybe it'll rain on Thursday or something. Maybe I'll have to move it to the next Monday. It'll be all set, Monday or Tuesday. So, but for now, I guess they're gonna update us whenever they're gonna, highway department will let us know if it changes. So, like I said, Jesse, it's your call what you want to do with it, but once again, you got the information from the highway department, so. All right. All right, anything else on Clear Pond updates? Nope. All right, moving right along. Review with possible vote the MRPA membership. I think that's yours, Paula.
Oh, yes. The annual membership is $100. And I hope that we can join again for the year. If there's any changes from the commission that they want, if anyone not want to join, or I think it's been helpful because I can go to the South Coast meetings and pick up a lot of information from the other areas of the park departments there.
But that was a $100 fee, right? Was that what it was last year?
It was 50 because we joined for half a year last year, but it's 100 annually.
The membership type for the $100 is the professional individual.
Yeah.
If you want to do professional department, which is up to 3 members, it's $250.
Okay. Whatever the commissioners want to do, if they want to make it for an individual, or if they want to make it for the commission itself, it's up to you people. Whatever is best.
I would just say, you did it last year. I'd suggest you do it again. You'd be our liaison if you want, or you can bring us the information. It's up to you. So,
What does this include, Paula? Does this include state parks? Is this town parks?
Yeah, what it includes is a professional state organization, and they give you a lot of information. And I'll give you an example. They will actually post individual positions, whether it's for directors or things like that. Interns, which is, something to think about. If there colleges that have park and recreation programs, and you need an intern, it's good to post it there so that, you know, if we needed, say next year, we needed an intern to fill in because we can't expect a director to work 7 days a week or something like that would be advantageous to us. But it offers a lot of things, conferences, updates on everything, and it allows you to go into your South Coast meetings and talk with other park departments as to what they're doing and what their issues are and who they use for contractors and all kinds of things like that. You know, those are informal meetings, they're not video meetings, but they meet like once a month, and they'll meet at like 10 or 11 in the morning. And they have certain like three things on the agenda that they talk about for the hour. So it's been helpful. It's helpful for me. And, you know, I'm certainly willing to have somebody substitute for me some morning and go in and see for themselves how it works and any questions they may have. So I know mornings are tough for everyone because they're working, but you know, it's out there. We can switch off.
All right, thanks.
If no one discuss, Paul, you want to make a motion for this?
Sure. I make a motion that we remain with the State Park and Rec organization for 1 year. What I don't know, Joe, is do we have enough money for the commission, or do we need to go just one person?
Just my opinion. I'll open up for everybody else. I'd say we just go with you again. You can give us all the information we need.
Okay.
And see how that goes. I think it's worked out well so far.
Okay,
agree.
so we'll make a motion for one person for the State Park Recreation, $100 for the organization for 1 year.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All right,
Thanks, Paula.
roll call vote. Darlene, how do you vote?
Yes,
Scott,
Yes,
Tony?
Aye.
Paula?
Yes,
You would. Okay, so moved. It's approved. We'll spend $100 for the MRPA application or whatever, membership for Paula to go. Paula, thank you for that.
you're welcome.
All right, next one. I think Nellie, you put this one on the 2021 encumbrances review.
Yes, I did. I did not get a chance to do up my whole list of encumbrances, so I will share that with everybody once I get that going. For those who haven't been around for the encumbrances, this is just the time where any work that was done in June that we have not received the invoice for, which had to be paid in this last fiscal year, we encumber. So then as those come in, accounting can handle them appropriately. So any work done in June that we're going to receive an invoice for, if you think of anything, please email me any work you think we're going to be invoiced for, so then I can either call the company or whatever, see how much it is and put it on our encumbrance list. And the encumbrance list is due by Monday, July 19th.
If anybody thinks they might have something, please see Nellie. Paula, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was gonna, through you, Mr. Chairman, I was gonna ask Tony if we were being charged for the shed, the roof and the paint job. I know that Nate's department took care of it, but I don't know if they were charging us or whether they were doing it on their budget. Tony, can you address that?
I don't know. I didn't see an invoice in any of the bills.
Were we
I'm not even sure if that's how it works. If highway bills us for it, I don't know.
Okay,
I can reach out to Nate to ask him if he feels we have any encumbrances that are coming up too.
oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Nate did say to me that he usually, I mean, if some of these things need to get done, that, you know, when the year comes about, he just gets them done, and that's just part of you know, their budget. He knows that some of it has to be spent on that stuff. I mean, with that being said, there was some charges that I was questioning on the bills that we had signed for the last week, where there was charges for a blower and a chainsaw that were purchased by Highway that are being charged to the park department. So I'm not really sure how that works. Where Highway just purchases what they need to take care of the parks. It's just that whole process is not clear to me. Maybe somebody could explain it and how that works. If they need a mower now to mow Clear Pond, that they just buy that without it being approved by us. That seems a little strange.
Nellie, do you have any information on that? I know that there was some items that they put in a while back. I think it was up to about $5,000, wasn't it?
We just received a couple of bills for equipment purchased. The last I knew that we were getting a list was getting compiled of what like Ryan and crew believed that they needed to do work at Ted Williams Camp, but that's all I kind of really knew.
Yeah, I did remember seeing something from Ari saying that something that Franklin put together was a list of equipment. But that's just all I saw in that one there. So maybe that's what's related to.
But these items were already purchased and I signed the bill to pay for them. So I'm just wondering how these things are getting purchased if we're not approving them.
Scott?
Through you, Mr. Chairman. This is kind of new territory. Just to answer part of Tony's question. In the past, we've presented purchasing equipment, we've okayed it on the board, and then it was purchased. I understand what you're saying, and it's a good question. I think we have to talk with Franklin and get some type of a system in place, and that we know about it beforehand, before it's purchased. And I mean, we have to follow our budget. We can't just endlessly go out and purchase equipment. I mean, we have a budget that we have to follow. So I think we need to have a conversation with Franklin and come up with some type of a plan as to when things need to be purchased, that they get okayed by the board first.
And so you'll,
Sorry.
Scott, you'll have that conversation since you're the liaison to Franklin?
I can, unless Joe wants to have it.
I'll speak to Franklin, no problem.
Can I ask if the items were purchased for the highway department or for us?
If we're paying for them, I would think that they're being purchased for us, but I can't be sure.
Okay,
I would hope they're being purchased for us.
If that's the case, then where are they being stored? Just like, I mean, if something's at Clear Pond, I know there's a mower there, I know there's a weed whacker there. I expect that if it's being purchased out of Clear Pond's budget, that it remains there. As far as the other things go, I mean, is there a central location that we keep park equipment?
Yeah.
In the maintenance building.
So that's where it'll be stored. I think most of the time, most of the equipment is stored at the barn over there, Ted Williams. Anything else in comments, Nellie? Nellie, yes.
Just with that conversation, I brought up the email that Ari had sent in about the list of items. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. So this list was put together by Highway, and you're right. It was $5,060 was the total. And they did say that they were going to be charging us. I guess I just didn't understand that they were going to just move forward.
We don't have that in the equipment budget.
So, and yeah, I don't know if everything got purchased off of this list, because obviously we only got a couple of invoices for items on this list and not the full 5. So yeah, there are a few questions behind it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're trying to sprinkle it in, but I'll follow up Franklin and let everybody know on that one there. All right. All right, next one, reviewing sport team TWC issues. Any issues at all for any stuff at Ted Williams? sports team, Darlene? Anything soccer related?
Nothing that I know of, nothing that's been brought to my attention.
What about the soccer nets? Are they moving those to the side?
They're moving up. They told me the season was over, but I did reach out right after our meeting and said, you gotta move them every day. And he said he would tell the powers that be. If you haven't heard any complaints, I'm gonna assume it's happening.
Yeah.
They haven't been moved.
They haven't been moved.
No, they're still out in the fields.
And so at this point, so the man that I had spoken to is the one that had the most, all the kids there. He ran that big league. And he said they would take care of moving them. So who's playing now that I need to reach out to and say move them? And nobody told me that, Scott.
No, Mr. Loud?
No, nobody told me that they weren't moving them. This is the first I heard of that. I mean,
I didn't know that you asked them to move them.
oh yeah,
I would have said something before if I'd known you had asked them to move them.
yeah. And I asked them to move them on Thursday. Initially, I asked them to move them on Thursdays because that's the day they were gonna mow.
Yep.
But then they also told me they'd probably be mowing a couple of times a week because of the season. So that's when I said, okay, now you have to move them all the time.
Yeah, well, they're still out there.
Okay, good to know. Okay, I'll figure out who I should, unless you know.
Mr.
who
Loud? Derek Loud?
Yeah, I'll text him tonight. I'll text him. He's in my phone. Thanks.
Anything else?
Well, Ted,
Soccer,
will you-
tennis, anything?
Well, are we on is this still old business, right? We're not new business yet.
No, this is new business here.
So,
Right.
so I had, I don't know if anybody heard about this because I'm not gonna say I haven't done anything with it, but I was waiting to hear back from Teddy and Franklin. The man, John, that runs the, Taekwondo, whatever they do there at the camp. What do you do?
Miranda. Yeah.
Thank you. He would like some more space. And he would like to take a piece of the building there, that has like the equipment we just talked about in there. So I got a letter strictly to my email and I answered it by saying that I would follow up and see what I could find out, kind of thing. So I did reach out to Teddy and I asked him to talk to Franklin because Teddy's my liaison. And I think I didn't want to bother him too much on vacation. So I just reached out to him today and I haven't heard back from him. So that's like new business as far as the request, but I don't even know if it's doable, if Franklin can give up space there or if he even wants to, or if we want them to. So I wasn't making any decisions. I was just going to ask the question first.
Scott?
Is there space available?
Through you, Mr. Chairman. Darlene, just to let you know,
Yeah.
this is nothing new. They've been asking this request
Okay.
prior.
Okay,
And
good to know.
we'd have to put our equipment outside in the rain.
Well, yeah, that's my point was I wasn't even going to bring it to a vote because if Franklin says to me, hey, Darlene, there's no place to put the equipment,
Correct.
it's over,
Right.
Okay,
Right. Somebody put a bug in his ear that we were going to build a maintenance building where the haunted house is, and that he was going
I
to take
got
over the other two bays. Well,
Got
we don't have any money.
Well, we haven't
one-
even torn it down yet, okay.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, putting the horse before the cart.
Yeah.
And this isn't a new request.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Okay. That's it. That's all I have. Oh, I do have one more thing, Joe.
Yep.
About the bench.
Okay.
The
Yep.
request for a bench by the soccer fields, but in memory of the Lopes boy. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
And so I've talked to the woman who's basically the fundraiser, raised the money and has the money and has pictures. So I told her that I would meet her there one day. She was going on vacation, so we haven't connected yet, just talked. I'm going to meet her there one day and talk about where they would like it, and I'll take some pictures. And I'm also going to give her some pictures of some benches that I've seen done in other places. She was talking about a certain kind. I mean, obviously, whatever goes in there has to be mounted to the ground so nobody picks it up and walks away with it, which I know sounds crazy, but could happen. So anyways, she and I have had a little back and forth, and I would imagine by the next meeting, I'll have something to present and say, do we approve this bench going here? Okay,
Right, good.
all right. That was that.
Right, anything else? Now move on to old business. Update on the skate park. The volunteer offered to paint the area.
Yay.
Somebody?
I met with, her name is Miss Barrett. She donated 2 cans of, basically it's like a concrete sealer to try to mitigate some of the cracks. I went down there and looked at the park with her. So if kids are trying to rollerblade, it's like asphalt that joins up into the ramp, and then there's like a divot in there. So this is the case on most all of the ramps. It looks very dangerous. I don't know how anybody could smoothly transition with rollerblades or a skateboard. It seems like, you know, bicycles could easily do it, but she was willing to donate those 2 things for the concrete, which would, you know, we can try to do some patching there. She was wondering if we would mind if they did some painting of it. I told her that I would bring it to the commission, that maybe we could set up a volunteer day, do something like that where people could come down and volunteer with some of the kids and then get, you know, spruce it up a little bit. So that was an idea we came up with. So I can make a motion for that if that's required.
I don't think we need a motion for that one there. Just I'd say go ahead, move forward with it. If you're gonna volunteer it, you can donate the stuff. Go right ahead.
Okay, and then there's also somebody wanted to donate, Miss Sherrick wants to donate a bench to sit on inside the skate park as well. Was
Is it
that
a
okay
memorial
with everyone?
bench or just a bench?
Just a bench for kids to sit on. That's good with everyone?
You might want to see if it has to be bolted to the ground or chained in or whatever, but I don't know what the other ones are, but you might want to think about that. But it's fine.
Okay,
If anybody has any issues with that, speak up now. Nope. All right. No problem. All right, next update on park information orientation items. Nellie, is that yours or Paula's?
It's Scott's.
Scott, sorry about that.
He was volunteering to put something together, get started, I guess. He can tell us how far he is, I guess.
0.
Okay.
Sorry.
This was just from the previous meeting. It was said to just
Yep.
put it on the next
Nope.
agenda and
No,
stuff.
that's
but-
fine. That's a good thing you did because I forgot. I'll be honest.
All right. We won't lose sight of that then. Okay. All right, any other old business?
Joe, yes, Mr.
Oh,
Chairman?
yep.
Was it Scott or?
No,
Go ahead, Paula.
Turn.
Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, last year you thought about doing a Lakeville Day in the fall, and I wondered if you had any more thoughts on putting something together.
Yeah, good point. I did give some thought the other day when I was down the park there. Again, I'll probably, maybe I can formalize it and bring it up maybe next meeting. But I think it'd be a good idea if the park commission sponsored maybe a Lakeville Day every year, maybe in the spring or whatever, just something to highlight and show off what Ted Williams has to offer, the park itself. But we can talk about that. Talk maybe some food vendors or something.
Some
sports
events.
even events with other adults. Be great if we could have like a bonfire at the end of the day. I know that's always a nice thing, but maybe not. But I think it'd be nice to have something sponsored by the town's park commission for the town. That's all.
Can I ask you, Joe,
Yeah.
there's this big, I don't know what it is, next to the Loon Pond Lodge. I don't know what to call it, a vat. What do they do with that? It looks like it might be for a pig roast or something. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? That
No.
it's a big.
Is it a grill out there? Is that what it is?
No, it's a fire pit. It's a long fire
Oh,
pit.
yeah.
We've got the round one on the right side. There's a elongated one on the other side.
What do we use that for?
It's just a fire pit.
For barbecues and pig roasts and there used to be one, Paula. There used to be one on the other side where the round fire pit is now, and
Yeah.
it was a little smaller. And there's big metal grates that fit on top of it. And they'd cook steaks or pigs or whatever you want to, barbecue chicken. different people held events and did that, or even sometimes they did that for weddings. There was, they'd have a barbecue chicken dinner.
Oh,
And that one deteriorated, and the commissioners at the time, I think it was before I even got on the board, decided that the Pines would be a better spot for it. Unfortunately, when they made that one, they didn't make it to the same specs as the old one. There's supposed to be holes at the bottom for two things. One, for air to get in and fire it up. And the other thing is that the holes allow the water to get out. Well, when they made that one, they didn't create the holes at the bottom, and subsequently it fills up with water and doesn't burn well because it's not ventilated properly. But that's what it's for. It's a big barbecue pit, and they made it actually probably twice the size of the other one. But it's been used for fires. When they had the event in the wintertime there, the
Winterfest,
really help me out. What was it? The
Winterfest.
They had a big bonfire out there because we didn't have the round pit. They had a big bonfire. Well, not a bonfire, but they had a fire out there in that. And that's kind of what it's been used for at different times, for fires or cookouts or barbecues. But now you have a lot of these companies that come in with their own unit, like the one that was there this past weekend. They drove in with their own system, but that's kind of what it was supposedly used for. Actually, I think we still have the grates. They're over on the other side. The big metal grates are against the tree over there.
so we could use them as a part of our event, like a barbecue there.
Yeah.
It would work. It wouldn't, even if it doesn't have holes in the bottom or
I mean,
whatever.
you can make it work, but it just, yeah.
Okay. Just a thought.
Yep.
That's good to know.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Nellie, on
Yeah.
this orientation information, we had talked about possibly getting the prior year's reports. You said you had some of them on Word or something. The reports you put in the town report.
Yes.
If you could get those.
Yep.
And then I can at least have something to start with.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to mention also, Mr. Chairman, that John Malady from the fence company added the fence to Clear Pond Park, which is really nice. We still have a gap, but we got some new fence in there that extends a lot more.
Was that along the road?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Mr. Chairman, that fencing that goes around the park was put up by the maintenance crew at Clear Pond back probably 40 years ago. 40 years ago, Paula. I was a kid, so I remember them doing it.
Yeah, it's falling apart.
Yeah, but maybe we can get a roll of fencing, and when Jesse has time with the maintenance crew, maybe they could dig a couple holes and reinforce and fill in those gaps that you're talking about. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's just one gap Jesse mentioned. The fence is new, but it didn't quite extend far enough. So there is still an area that's, they can go through. Of course, they can climb over it if they want.
oh yeah, they do that quite often too.
All right. Anything else?
Mr. Chairman, when can we start spending money for Clear Pond Park? Like if we needed fence, if we need something, I know that I'm not sure about the budget as to whether we can do anything as we go along through the summer. I mean, something simple like the fence or, I don't think we'll be able to do anything with stone in the parking lot at this time because I'm sure it's going to be pretty expensive, but.
Yeah, I would say you'll get some prices or put some ideas together what you want, like for fencing, for little things like that. I think we could probably put it to vote and get it to pass on that. Bigger projects, I think we'd have to wait till the off season and next year. But
Okay.
the little ones, why not? Identify what they are.
All right.
All right. All right. All right, moving on. Correspondence from the clerk, Nellie.
I don't have any.
Wow,
I know.
that's good. It's a slow 2 weeks in for you. All right, does anybody have anything else? This looks like it's gonna be a short one tonight. If anybody doesn't, well, let's talk about next meeting. When we would like our next meeting, 2 weeks from tonight? Is that what we want to do? Stay on Monday nights or stick with the 2 weeks?
Doesn't matter to me.
Okay. Baby's available on 7/26. There's not a holiday or anything like that, Nelly, right? Let's go
I don't see one.
Let's shoot for 6:30 on the 26th. All right, I'd like to make a motion. Well, what's that?
Sure.
What's that mean?
I just wanted to ask you a
Darlene.
question.
Oh, sorry, John, I didn't see it. Sorry.
Yes, sorry. Can we make it 7 o'clock?
Anybody have a problem going at 7 o'clock? Darlene, 7 o'clock it is.
Thank you very much.
On the 26th still, correct?
Thank you.
Right? Okay, take it as a yes. Okay, well, that's all we got. I'll make the motion. We adjourn this meeting of the Lakeville Park Commission. Can I get a second?
Second,
All right, we'll call vote. Scott, what do you say?
Yes.
Darlene,
Yes.
Paula,
yes.
Tony.
Yes.
All right. This meeting of the Lakeville Park Commission is adjourned at 7:15 PM. Thank you very much, folks.